The keys to self-motivation talks about resetting a personal higher standard for ourselves. And we must recognize the fact that we are going to face setbacks. Setting up that higher standards for yourself, we shouldn't think, say, there are not going to be setbacks. We must recognize the fact that there are going to be setbacks. And many doors will be closed to our face. So many doors will be closed to our face when we set that higher standards for ourselves. So many opportunities will be denied of it, especially at times that we think that this person is a friend and he should be able to at least assist me on this, or he should be able to promote me, he should be able to give me this opportunity. So many doors will be closed to our to our face. But that doesn't mean that we should give up in life. That doesn't mean that we should forget about the dreams, the potentials that God has placed in our lives. And we have to decide to be fearless. These are some of the keys to self-motivation. In order to achieve greatness in life, we must decide as part of us to be what? To be fearless. To be fearless. To be fearless. Because if you want something, you have to be relentless. Whatever that you want to achieve in life, you have to be relentless to whatever dream that you have, whatever potential that you have. It won't be as smooth as we think it's going to be, but you have to be relentless to it, because you know this is where I want to get to. And once you don't give up, you will surely get there. It may be challenging, but you just have to. You have to be willing to go into action. You have to be what? Willing to go into action. You have to be willing to go into action. Do not wait for things to be better. Do not wait for things to be ideal. There are most of us that we have some dreams, we have some ideas, we have some goals that we always want things to be very perfect before we make a move towards it. We always want a situation whereby we are so calculative, sir. We are so calculative that if I do this, at least I will make this. I will do. I will win this over here. So this is the until I know that everything is perfect before I make a move. Until I know that I'm going to get paid with this amount unless I make a move. And so many people think that what if I make a move and I'm being denied? What if I approach these people and they don't accept me? So many people have given up on their dreams. They've given up on their potentials. They've given up on the real things that they can do to make the world a better place. But we shouldn't wait for things to be ideal. We shouldn't wait. You know, Les Brown always said that it's good to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and you're not prepared. It's always good to prepare for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and what? And you're not prepared. Some of us, instead of us to take some courses, we may think that, oh, after all, even this course, well, what am I going to gain after taking that course? So they give up on it. Instead of us to provide more service than we are paid for, to give in our all to whatever we are doing, to add value to whatever we are doing, we think that after all this thing, how much am I getting paid for? So why do I even have to worry myself that much? But we should prepare ourselves in such a way that when the opportunity comes, you will be recognized as the best person to be given that opportunity. You'll be recognized that you are the person who have made yourself available for that opportunity. So many people today, I was saying it on your support radio, that there are people that they get opportunity to have their ankles in positions. They get bigger positions in the society, but their ankles getting that positions, they are not able to make any good thing out of it because they didn't prepare themselves to seize that opportunity. Imagine your uncle happens to be even the president of the state, and there is a position which he can confidently give it to you. He can confidently give you the opportunity to handle that position. And instead of you to have taken some courses, or instead of you to make a move, even being it your education, whatever that you are doing, being it a company that you have to set up, that you should be able to give you that contract, you didn't do it. Instead of you to position you to learn, day in there, learn on the job, whatever you are doing, you didn't do it. You don't have any certificate. Do you think your uncle, being the president, can just give you the director to be the NHIS boss? There is no way he can give it to you. But if you had, whatever you are doing, wherever you find yourself, if you have decided to add more value to yourself, if you had a chance to go to school and you manage to do it, sometimes it may be challenging, but you just decide to do it, you get the certificates down, that opportunity will come and you will be prepared. But the opportunity will come. So most people, especially read their shanties, they'll be like, oh, me of a crown fee, and of a position crown fee. But you are not prepared. You don't know, you don't have what it takes to occupy that position. So we shouldn't wait for things to be what? To be ideal. We shouldn't wait for things to get better unless we make a move on things. We should not walk by sight, but we must walk by faith. So many people walk by sight in the sense that they only look at what is around. They only think of the current circumstances. So they base on the current circumstances to make their decisions. But do not base on temporary circumstances to make a permanent decision. If you do that, you'll be wrong. Because if you are to base on just temporary situations, what is happening now? The money that you do not have, you are only basing on that money that you do not have to make a decision, to make a lifelong decision. It will really affect your future. But you must have a bigger picture. You must have the goals, you must have the dreams, you must have whatever that you have in mind. You get it on the sheet of, in a journal. You have your ideas down, you have the vision down, and at least in one way or the other, you make a move towards it. Now the other said, who said, scanning in a scanning in a and sana a DNS, that's what 1 amount, what 1 amount there. That money will never come. That money will never come because things will never get better. You shouldn't say so. I just see a mouse inflation about say and sana making move on whatever I'm doing. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself, you giving your all. You do it that as if tomorrow will not, as if let's say today is your last. If you are given the opportunity, said you are living just for a day and you will not be available, what service are you going to provide? How are you going to work? How are you going to manifest your greatness? And we are all not guaranteed of tomorrow. We are all not guaranteed of tomorrow, irrespective of your age. We are all not guaranteed of tomorrow. So everything you are doing, what mark are you living? What mark are you living? What good thing are you doing today? What dreams are you working towards that you are making a move today? That you are building yourself up today for that greatness? Are you waiting for everything to be alright? Are you waiting for everything to be certain before you make a move towards your dreams? No, we shouldn't just walk by sight. We must what? Walk by faith. You have to be unreasonable. You can see because you believe it. Sometimes when you have a higher calling, people wouldn't understand you. You know, when there may be some decisions you will make, and the average people around, especially let me say the ducks around the eagle, wouldn't understand why the eagle decides to fly that high. They wouldn't understand you. People wouldn't understand you. People wouldn't understand why you give in your all. People wouldn't understand why you are committed to the things that you have passion of. People wouldn't understand the things that you are born to do. There's some moves that you will make, some sacrifices that you will make. Most people will not understand you when you have a higher calling. When you have a higher calling, most people will not understand you. Most people, so many people, will never understand you. They won't understand why you are making some moves in life. They won't understand why you are committed to some things. They won't understand why you are so humble. They won't understand why people will just mess up with you and they will still see you smiling. They won't understand why you may be hungry but you are still working. People won't understand. People won't understand you when you have a higher calling. People won't understand you, but you know what you have inside. You know what lies ahead of you. And some of the keys to motivation that empowers you is to have a higher calling than yourself. As I said, you must have a higher calling than yourself. I said it last week that trapped in you is their greatness. Just as trapped in a seed is a forest. Just as trapped in a seed is because you can see some seeds around. You wouldn't see any good thing out of it. But if you are to plant those seeds and you water them out, from that seed that you've planted, there comes a great forest. There comes a great forest. So trapped in you is your greatness. Trapped in you is your future. Your future is not ahead of you, as Dr. Miles Monroe would say. Your future is trapped in you. Every greatness that you have is trapped. Is trapped in you. Develop a high sense of calling. Day in, day out, your mindset, you must know that you are not just an ordinary person. You have a higher sense of what? Of calling. We must develop a higher sense of calling. Whatever you decide to do, make it a priority. Whatever dream, whatever potentials, whatever giftings that you decide to do, we must make it what? A priority. So many people have some dreams and they think, oh, after this one day, once a while, then I just carry on it. Once a while, then I just think of this dream that I have. We must make it a priority. We must make it a priority. And in making it a priority, we start step by step. What? Step by what? By step. I always say that how do we chew an elephant? One bite what? At a time. You can't just wake up one day, get an elephant in front of you and decide to swallow everything. You will die. You will die. That's how so many people want to live their life. They want to reach out their greatness within a matter of one day. They start something today, and in the next 1 week, they must see it all over. They must see that they want the whole world to hail at them. No. One step at a time. And in that one step at a time, that as you are going through, gradually you will be seeing the loopholes. You will be seeing the places that you need to learn lessons from. You come in contact with people that some will disappoint you, some will be a blessing unto you, some will teach you lessons. We come in contact with different people, but every person that you meet every day, there are so many things that you learn from them. There are people who will disrespect you. There are people who will look down upon you. There are people who will just take you as a normal person, and there are people who will appreciate you. There are people who inspire you. There are people that they will be happy to see you progressing, and there are people who are also standing back, looking at the downfall of you. But with it all, that is the process. You are going through what? The process, and you must go through the process. You must go through the process to have 100 push-ups each day. Let's say you decide to start training and you want to make 100 push-ups each day. You can't start from day one and you do 100 push-ups at a go. But you can start by having 10 push-ups today, 10 push-ups tomorrow. In the third day, you start by having 15 push-ups. Gradually, a time will come that you'll be able to achieve that 100 push-ups. When we see metro men, we think they made that strength overnight. No, it's out of continuous working. So with our topic, the keys to self-motivation, these are some of the things that we must look up to. In terms of our savings, if we have to save 10% of our money, if we have to save 10% of our income, day in, day out, if we have to save 10% of our income, each month, gradually we will be able to build ourselves up to a time that we can even save more than 40%. But if you don't start with that 10%, you will never get there. You will what? Never get there. Just as Jim Rohn talks about the 70-10-10-10. If you're not able to do the 70-10-10-10, if you're a Christian and you're not able to do your tithing, even the minimum 10%, you're not able to do it. There is no way you will be able to do 15% or 20% to attract God's blessing. I believe in tithing. It has worked miracles for me. And it has opened so many doors for me. Because that's the only place in the Bible that God had direct covenant with human. Wherever he says, test me with this. If I will not open the windows of heaven and pour you down blessings, that there shall be no room enough to contain it. And at a point in time, he says, I rebuke the devourer for your sake. And a portion of it too says, all nations shall call you blessed. So that is a divine covenant from God. So you, as a young man, as a young woman, if you are not able to commit yourself to even tithing, even the 10% tithing, and you expect God to open the windows of heaven, it will never open. So we start from somewhere. We practice it. Gradually, we will get there. And some of the keys to personal self-motivation is have friends that will hold you accountable for your life. We must have friends that will hold us accountable for our lives. We must have friends that will hold us accountable for our lives, because we can't live a life that we seems to be the best among our team. We must have friends that when you're going to drink, even when you see them, you try to hide, because they will not be happy seeing you taking in alcohol. These are the kind of friends that we need. We need friends that they wouldn't be happy seeing us chasing girls whilst we are married. These are the kind of friends that we need. We must have friends that when you're not doing well in your job, when you're not doing well on whatever that you are called to do, they will be able to tell you that, my friend, this time you are slacking. Complacency is setting in. So please sit up. But we shouldn't be friends that every day, oh my God, hey Charlie, you are doing well. Hey Charlie, you there, Charlie, you there, I check you, hey Charlie, what? Meanwhile, you know that you are slacking. You yourself, you can confidently see that you are not giving in your all. You are not putting out the best performance. But you have friends that day in, day out, they seem to be hailing you. So you think you are happy. You think you are okay. A time may come that those are the same people that will sit by and be like, Charlie, sit down, nigga. Now he has fallen. But if they had prompted you, friends that will hold you accountable, friends that will be able to tell you in your face that, my guy, you are not doing well, please sit up. My guy, you are slacking, please sit up. Those are the people that we need, not people who will just flatter us, people who will just tell us sweet words and we become happy. People who will cry and be like, hey Charlie, oh, I see some new chick view, you are going to go chase somewhere. Once you know that you have something better to do with your life, people who will not call you and be like, oh Charlie, there is some wine somewhere, oh Charlie, maybe go try that wine. We need not to associate ourselves with such people. Those are not the kind of people that we need. Listen, someone is calling you. Those are not the kind of people that we need. We need friends that will hold us accountable for whatever that we are supposed to do. Whatever that we do, those are people that will call us into order when we are going wayward. Those are the kind of people that we need around us. And have a contingency plan. Start being creative. In everything that we do, we must be creative. We must be creative in all our endeavors. We must be creative. Even if it's sweeping that you do, if you are to sweep and you sing alongside the sweeping, if you are a town sweeper and you sweep whilst dancing, people will recognize you for that good work. People will recognize you for it. The last time I was using that dancing teacher as an example. We must be creative in whatever that we do. If it's let's say rice that you sell, what are you going to add up to the rice to make yours different from that rice that everybody is selling? We must be creative, because the world is getting to a level that like the world pays for creativity. The world pays for creativity. If you are not creative, you just remain as a normal person. But if you just add 1% of your mind, 1% of your brain to add some kind of creativity to whatever that you are doing, that is what is going to make you successful. That is what is going to make you successful. But if we decide to stay on that one path, this is how my grandfather did it, so I must also do it that way. This is how they used to do it, so I must also always do it that way. You will be there, and some small boy will come, add some little spice to it, and you are gone. Even in our marriage, we can be creative in our marriage. Wherever we find ourselves, we may not be paid for, we may not be recognized when we decide to add some creativity to things that we do. But gradually, today I ordered for some chicken from one guy. I think what's his name? I think Titus or something. This guy has consistently been sending me messages almost every day. Sometimes he will send you some short funny message, and before you realize now, he will send you his some chicken that he's selling, a packaged chicken. He will send that one to you, and he'll be like, have you ordered yours? And he will take a snapshot of conversations from some of the customers that were giving feedback, and he will just send it to you. You will see it on his status. You will see it on his status. You will see it on his messages. He will send them to you almost every day. I mean, some of those messages I won't even reply you. But this guy has never given up. Almost every day he is on you. Once a while he will bring some funny thing to your wall, and you will read that one, you will smile, you send him the smiling emoji, and from there he will send you another chicken graphics So today, I just saw his message and he said, have you ordered yours for tomorrow? I was like, this guy. So I just sent him a message, I'm buying one because of your consistency. You see how creative this guy has been? You get the point? He's so creative to the extent that it wasn't in me to buy anything from him. But because of his creativity, how he has been, how consistent he has been, I just decided to order and was like, okay, they will deliver it God's willing tomorrow morning. We must all be creative in everything that we do, and being creative adds value to us. That is what adds value to us, and we get paid for being valuable. Wherever you find yourself, if you add value to yourself, you become influential. You become influential. People pay for value. People pay for creativity. People pay for, how smart you will be on things. And think of possibilities. We must challenge ourselves. We must, push yourself. Use your imagination. Day in there, these are some of the things that we must always have inside. We must always be positive. We must think of possibilities. When there are problems, we think of solutions. We think of ways that we shouldn't be the people that we see everything like this thing just won't work. No, anything is possible. That's the more reason why sometimes we get to know that there have been discovery here, there have been discovery there. It's not like now that the thing has been created. Whenever we hear of discovery, it means the thing was there, but what? But it was covered. That's why come we have discovery. So almost everything that is being discovered, being it from a scientist or whoever discovered something, the thing was there, but because they searched, that is how come they were able to discover it. So everything is possible in this world. Everything is possible in this world. It's only when you decide not to push yourself up. You decide not to make a move. You decide not to challenge yourself. You get the point I'm making? Yes. When you decide to challenge yourself. I remember last 2 years when I was coming from Dubai, I bought some lights, some decoration lights. So I placed it in my personal luggage. And at the airport, after they scanned it, they told me that no, I can't take away that light. I can't carry that light into the flight because it's against their rules. So I just looked at the security lady and I was like, oh, so it means I have to leave this light here. She was like, yes. I said, wow. But who else can I talk to so that I can be allowed? So she directed me that, okay, I should go and see the police personnel over there. Their chief is there, so I can go and talk to him. Any other person will just say, okay, Master, I don't want problem, let me just leave it. But she directed me and I approached him. And I told him, like, yes, sir, good morning. He said, good morning. I said, yes, I'm a young police officer from Ghana. I came for some holidays, but I bought a decorating light for my home. Unfortunately, I'm told I cannot take it, but please, if you can pardon me, if you can assist me, if you can help me out to take it away. So the man looked at me and was like, oh, okay. Ghana? I said, yeah, Ghana. So, okay, no problem. Yeah, you go. Just simple. Just simple. It's like Ghana. I said, yeah, Ghana. So, oh, no problem. Okay, you go. He helped me. But if I had just, given it to the lady and like, oh, child, these people, I can't talk to you. Because some of these Dubai police and those staffs. But sometimes we've got to challenge ourselves on some things. Sometimes we've got to, we've got to push ourselves. We've got to what? Push ourselves on things. At first, it's going to be a struggle, but constantly practicing, you will make it. At first, it's going to be a struggle, but constantly practicing, you will make it. If there's a song you want to bring out, when you start singing for the first time, even at your church, people may make fun of you. People will laugh at your voice. People will laugh at your voice. But with constant practicing, once it's something that you have the desire for, once it's something that you have you know that it's your calling, you need not to give up. Constant practice. We start it over and over. This kind of speech that I'm giving, Les Brown will say, the first time he stood up to speak, he stood up and his mind sat down. You get it? He stood up when TD just started preaching. For the first time, he stood up in the middle of the crowd, but his mind what? Sat down. Because our mindset will be like, you can't do it. This thing, how can I be in the midst of these people? But gradually, we've been able to do it. We stand in the midst of, large crowds to deliver. People will call you here and there. Come talk to us, come talk to us. But if you do not practice, even with all this that we are doing, day in, day out, I must learn. Day in, day out, I must read. Day in, day out, I must listen to tapes continuously. So whenever you get into my car, anytime I'm in my car, provided my phone is not on low battery, I must be listening to inspirations. I must be listening to great people. I must be listening to Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, Les Brown, Miles Monroe, Bob Proctor, all those people. Day in, day out, constant practicing. And with that constant practicing, that is where you are able to achieve success. So people will see you presenting, people will see you sharing some things, and they wouldn't know the kind of practice that you put in place. Every good preacher prepares for his sermon. The preparation time, he practices over and over and over. Sometimes when I have a presentation, sometimes I even have to sit my case down and present to them. Sometimes I have to do that. That's how come you'll be able to achieve greatness. You can't say that, okay, I want to be a good footballer. You wake up and you won't go for training. And you think you want to be the best footballer in the world. You must ask the best footballers the number of hours that they practice. Constant what? Practicing. That is what is going to make us great. You only make a difference when you are committed to your life. You can only make a difference when you are what? Committed to your life. If you are not committed in whatever that you are doing, you can never make a difference. You can never achieve greatness when you are never committed. Being committed means there may be challenges, there may be setbacks, but with it all, because of our commitment, how committed we are to everything that we want to do, we do not give up. We do not give up. We know where we are going. And one thing is, reasons or results. Reasons do not count. The only thing that counts are results. Reasons why you are not doing well doesn't count. Reason why you are not making money doesn't count. The world never holds anyone accountable for not being successful. The world will never force you to move extra higher, to go the extra mile to achieve greatness. The world will never hold you accountable for that. No police will worry you why you are not making it in life. No military man will beat you for not making it in life. It is your sole responsibility. So challenges will come. It's up to you to make sure that you are able to overcome that challenges. And with this, all those reasons, being it the economy, being it your bad family members, being it the riches in your family, whatever that is hindering our progress doesn't count. It's only the results that counts. It's only what? The results that counts. It's only the results. People only see the results. People only see the achievements. If you make it in life, that is what people see. If you do not make it and you end up as a failure, that is what people see. So reasons do not count. Only what? Results count. The only thing that can count are the results. Judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, not the things that it talks about. We must judge a tree by the fruit that it bears. This pear can't tell me that I bear very nice fruit, whilst it doesn't show its fruit. We must judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, not what it talks about. You can't tell me you want to be a great person whilst you don't learn. You can't tell me you want to be a great person whilst you don't practice self-discipline. You can't be a great person whilst you are not committed to whatever that you are doing. You can't be a great person whilst you are not manifesting your greatness. You have something great in you. You are not manifesting. The world is not getting anything out of you. You are not making any impact in the lives of someone. And you tell me you want to make a difference in the world. It starts from you. It starts what? From you. It starts from me. Whatever that we are contributing in one way or the other, that is what the world needs. That is the fruit that we must bear. Jesus, along the way, when he saw that tree that didn't bear any fruit, he cursed that tree. And when they returned, that tree had died. By the time Jesus got there, if that tree had bear some fruit, there is no way he would have cursed it. So we must ask ourselves, if Jesus will come our way, is he going to curse us because we are not bearing any fruit? bearing fruit goes in so many ways. It's very broad. Every little thing that we have in us is our fruit that we must bear. Every idea, every dream, every potential that God places in us, that is the fruits that we must bear. We must bear those fruits for the world to also, get something good out of us. We shouldn't just be talking with our mouth that we want to do this once we are not making any move towards it. We shouldn't. We must let the world see our fruits. We must let the world see our heart, our fruit. Whatever you are doing and however you spend your time will tell the truth about what you are committed about. And it's true. Whatever you are doing now, whatever that every minute that you have, what you are doing, even if you have even 10 minutes, are you just watching people's status? Are you promoting, what is to be done in your life? Are you using your time for just gossip? Whatever you are doing at any point in time in your life, when you are home, what do you do with your time? When you are at work, what do you do with your time? What difference, what new ideas are you bringing on board? What great thing are you making wherever you find yourself? That is the truth about what you are committed about. That is the truth. People get some free time and they think they just have to use that free time to just go sit with friends and chat. After that 1 hour of chatting with friends, what are you benefiting? What benefit? What are you going to make out of that 1 hour? Out of that 1 hour, what are you going to what? What are you going to gain? What exactly are you going to gain? Do not listen to what they say, but what they do. Do not listen to what people just say, but what they do. What they do behind the scenes, what they do. That is what we must listen to, not just what we brag about. People have so many beautiful dreams that sometimes when they tell you, you'll be surprised. And if you have to see what they are doing with their time, you will just be like, I just not this person who said he wants to do that. Because life is too short. I tell you, life is shorter than the way we see it. Some few years ago, I was within the 20s. Now we are within the 30s. That the time may come very soon. One day, as we are here one day we will meet and we will be within our 50s, our 60s. Les Brown was 76 years, just some few, about 3 days ago. But if you have to ask him, some few years ago, he was within his 40s. Some few years ago, he was within his 60s. And now he's 76. That's how the world is. So gradually, I came to Takoradi some few years ago. Now I've spent almost 9 years in Takoradi. So that's how the world is. That is how the world is. So what we do with our time, the little time that we do, commitment is you have to believe. Most people want to use the word I will try. That's the word that most people use, meaning they are not ready to be committed. Most people, they have to do something, they'll be like, this one day I will try. It's not about you trying. It's not what? It's not about you trying. It's about you putting in your ways. It's about you making the right thing. How will our life be like? Let people take you out serious. Part of the keys to self-motivation is that we should let people take us serious. When we say we are going to do this, we must let people take us serious that we will do it. People must take us serious. We shouldn't just walk through life anyhow, that we will say this today and the next day we are not doing it. The next day we come and say this thing. No. Life doesn't happen that way. People must take us serious for whatever reason, for whatever that we are committed to, for whatever service that we are delivering. We must let people take us serious. And one other thing is, fear kills dreams. Fear. One of the greatest opposition to dreams is fear. The fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, the fear of not making it in life, the fear of disappointment. Fear kills dreams. We must rather kill our fear. We must rather what? Kill our fear. And fear can age you. Fear can make you grow old. It can age you. It can make us see wrinkles in your face whilst you are still young. Fear can age you. It can age you in so many ways. There are some things that you only need to make and move towards it. And because of fear, fear can hold you back on something you know you can do. There are things that we know we can do, but because of fear, it can hold us back. And this thing can hold us back for a very long time. This man was like, he said, because of fear, he was not able to deliver what is within him for over 20 solid years. For over 20 solid years. Because fear, sometimes it can be so scary that we think that, hey, what if we just try this and we are not able to make it? How are people going to tag us? What name are they going to call us? So as a result of that, we are so scared to make any new move on whatever that we are supposed to do. Fear can hold you on to your greatness. It can hold you to in such a way that you will not be able to accomplish anything. Believe that you deserve better than your current situation. We must have that belief. Whatever situation that we are in, sometimes we may be in debt, but we must believe that we can do better than our current situation. We may be at a point that all hope is gone. No one seems to trust whatever that you are doing. No one seems to understand you. No one seems to believe you. But you must believe in yourself. You must first believe in yourself that you are someone special. You must believe that you have greatness in you before others will also believe in you. Before others will. If you don't believe in yourself, no one will do. No one will believe in you. If you are not confident enough, no one will have that confidence in you. Some people will, because they think that, okay, what if I decide to give out this speech and my English is not good? So people even laugh at me. So let me just give it a halt. Let me just stop it and just stay at my one corner. You are called to do it. If you don't do it, you'll be frustrated. So you must have confidence in yourself. And in having confidence in yourself, that is where others will also have confidence in you. And greater positions can be given to you to handle. That is what is going to make room for you. You said the Bible says a man's gift shall make room for him. That gifting that you have to manifest. If you have confidence enough in yourself, it is going to make room for you. And it will bring you before great people. It will bring you before kings. You have greatness in you, and you must be confident enough in yourself. Sometimes it may be challenging. Sometimes things may look like there is no way out. Sometimes it may sound like you are not going to achieve this. Sometimes it may sound like all hope is gone. It may sound like nobody believes in. Even your family, they've labeled you as the black sheep in the family. It feels like they've disappointed them. Sometimes it sounds like there is no hope in you. How can you do this? How can you take such a decision? All hope may be gone. But you have to believe in yourself and know that, no, I can do it. By having that belief in yourself, that belief, that trust that you have in yourself, that is what is also going to command others to believe in you. But if you think, you know that, oh, after all, me there, this thing there, how can I do this? Oh, this thing there, me, where do I even come from? Oh, look at my family, who has ever gotten to this level? There are people, they even see you in a luxurious car, or they come to the garage, you ask them that, oh, my brother, I think with your caliber, you can pick up this Land Cruiser. The first thing they'll be, hey, this one in my family will kill me, so I can't buy it. Even when I've got this thing, my family members will kill me within a week. So sad. So sad. Meanwhile, you've worked. You've got, God has ways of blessing people. God knows that the nature of your job, you need a good car that will be able to transport you day in, day out, so that even if mistakenly you are involved in an accident, you will not die. So God blesses you. God opens some doors for you, which you can do something great for yourself. But because of that kind of mediocre life, people seem not to believe in any good thing. So someone will be blessed. That though when you are blessed, you have to also bless others. But you also have to bless your soul. So instead of him getting something good for himself, instead of buying even a Prado, the person will be like, oh, okay, let me buy a Belter, so that when people will know that I'm rich. Poor mindset. Mediocre mindset, lack of confidence. The person doesn't believe in himself. Sometimes God places some ideas in your mind, and only you can bring that idea to life. Only you can make that difference in life. But because of lack of belief and confidence in yourself, you seem to be relaxing. Yesterday, the guy was telling me about his desire to set up some awards about 2012, and he thought he cannot do it. Before you realize, within the next 6 months, someone had already started it, and the person did it and it worked. You know, I always say this, ideas falls in the minds of millions of people at a time, but it takes only one who makes a move towards it. They are able to achieve that greatness. You don't make a move towards your idea that God places in your mind, and that idea can be your breakthrough idea, your breakthrough power, your success idea, your success key. You decide to sit back on it because people will label you as the black sheep of the family, because you didn't go by heart what they wanted you to do, because you didn't go by their path, the path that they've created. In our family there, everyone has to become a teacher, and after the teaching you retire. When you retire, sometimes if your wife, if things doesn't go well, you come back home to live in the family house. So this has been the trend in the family, and they expect you to use that same trend, but you must tell them that your case is different and your life is different. You are different from them. You are not like them, and you're not going to live that path. If people go marry and they break up, you will not break up in your marriage. If people start businesses and it fails, you will never fail. If you resign from your work and you start your own business, and people do it and they fail, they end up becoming broke because they resigned or they retired early from their work. You are not going to have that life. Your case is different. We are all different. We are unique in every way. All hands are not equal. We may be from one particular arm, but we are all not equal. This is it. You may be in one particular family, but you are all not what? Equal. Someone may be this. This is how they should think. Someone may be this. This is how they should think. You may be here. So you being here, don't try to compare yourself with people who are here. That person who is here, that is how he was created. That is what he is supposed to do. But you are here, so you can go far. You can go far. You even have to become the master in the family to open doors for the other people in the family. And you are not manifesting your greatness. You are not giving in your all. You are not doing as nature expects you to give. You are blocking the blessings of your descendants. You will be blocking the blessings of your descendants. There may be a dream that God has placed in you, and you are not manifesting it. As you are not manifesting, you are causing, as I said last week, you are causing a short circuit to the world. You are causing the blessing of others not to come to pass. You are causing other people not to also have that door of greatness. I always say this, when we are young, and I used to be saying this, when you are young and you get a chance to be at any institution, or to get a chance to be in every government sector, that place shouldn't be your retiring home. That place shouldn't be your retiring home. And I will keep on hammering this. It shouldn't be your retiring home. Imagine you complete school. As you complete school, you get a chance to work. You can work for a company like 5 years, like 10 years, 15 years. As you work over there, you gather experiences, you gather knowledge. As you gather knowledge, that knowledge, definitely God has another plan and ideas for you. Then you have to manifest. As God gives you those ideas, your job, as Masmuro will say, it prepares you for your work. So that job that you have is an avenue for you to learn on the job. It's an avenue for you to pick lessons. It's an avenue for you to discipline yourself. It's an avenue for you to gather network, to move into what? Into your work, which is going to bring you that breakthrough. And in one way or the other, that position that you will leave after serving for 10 years, 15 years, that position will be vacant for other new graduates to occupy that position, to also learn on the job, to also establish their businesses. If you are able to do this in this world, it will even reduce the unemployment rate in the country. Someone will get employment in the government sector as an accountant. He works for close to 30 to 40 years without even leaving that office. He stays there throughout his whole life. Meanwhile, new graduates will come who needs to practice on that job, who needs to also gather some experiences, gather some money to start their work, and they are not able to because that person over there feels like he must retire there. Are you living a legacy in this world? Are we helping to make the world a better place? Are we making the world a better place? But if you get employment, you work on it. I learned something from Jack Ma last week, and Jack Ma was like, as a young man, from the age of 20 to 30, what is expected of us is to find a good boss. or you can find a good boss with a good company that will be able to discipline you, a good boss that will be able to direct you, a good boss that will be able to hold you accountable for whatever you are doing, a good boss that will be able to groom you. You find mentors, you find role models who will be able to direct your path. You find work that you commit yourself to. You put everything about you in it. You give out your all. That even when it gets to a time that you are living, it will be very painful for them, because a person like you will be difficult to come by. From age 30 to 40, that is the time that after you've learned a whole lot from that good boss, being it so in that company, or however you find, or even not in that company, that is the time that you can also start trying something new for yourself. You can also start trying new ideas. You can also start trying new things. Sometimes those new things can even be on part-time basis. Sometimes it shouldn't necessarily be something that will be a kind of a conflict of interest. But if you say your boss sells ties and reselling ties, you also decide to also sell the same ties and divert the customers from your boss to your ties company, that one becomes conflict of interest. But what about the things that you have? You decide to even start that one, you try that one on part-time basis. I happen to be a police officer. I didn't open a security firm to divert some of the clients who will go for police guard from police. I decided to set up a different branch from policing. I did this on part-time. And gradually we've been able to get a training group of companies. So you start those, you try new things. From age 30 to 40, you try new things. If really you want to build up life, if you really want to be successful in life, you try out new things. You try to explore life. From 40 to 50, you do things that you love doing, things that you are good at, things that you are passionate about, things that you do, and it gives you that fulfillment. It gives you that sense of happiness. It gives you that sense of that sense of inspiration. Things that you know that you are contributing your quota. Things that you know that with this I've been able to master it out. Because within that 30 to 40, whatever that you try, definitely some of the things you try may fail. But with it all, you'll be able to come across something that you think you can do it and do it better. So from 30 to 40, you stay with it. No, from 30 to 40, that's where you try something new. And 40 to 50, you do things that you are good at. You do things that you are good at, things that you can do it and do it well. Then from 50 to 60, you try as much as possible. From 40 to 50, you do things that you are good at, things that you are passionate about, things that you love doing, that can bring you success. You stick to those things. Then from age 50 to 60, you spend time helping the youth. You spend time coaching the youth. You spend time investing in the youth. You spend time building the youth up. Because what do you call it? There is one other speaker. He was like, he said, each one pick one. When God blesses you and you get to some point in life, you try as much as possible to also lift up others. That time you've established some networks. Because definitely from age 50 to 60, you've established some networks in this world. So even at our age, we can pick up a phone within this admission period. Even if not to talk of anything, I was able to gain admission for 2 people at TTU. Because we've built a network. So someone will call you, oh bro, I want admission, I want to go to school. You just pick up a phone, you call someone and be like, challenge, oh, let him come. So from age 50 to 60, you've gathered enough networks. If really you lived a good life, you've gathered enough networks. If really you left a good reputation, if you really left a good legacy, you've gathered enough networks that you can just pick up a phone and call someone that, oh, this is my son, he wants to do this, as assisting. That you can give advices, you can give guidance, and you can give coaching to the youth for them to also pick up. Because you know, one thing, I belong to Les Brown Power Voice, and Les Brown uses his life as an example for us to also learn from. John Talarico is old enough. He uses his life as an example. He coaches us. After that's my other phone. He knows that almost every week If not even for any reason, I received about 4 messages from Lesbian and John Talarico. So these things all build us up. That is what it takes to build the youth up. If you reach from that stage in life, then from 60 and above, you make sure that you spend much time with your grandchildren. You spend much time with your grandchildren. By then, you've gathered all the experiences that you need in life. Whatever that you have to. If it's businesses that you have them working. That's the time that sometimes you will be sleeping and your businesses will be making money for you. At that time, you wouldn't be in active work. At that age, you wouldn't be waking up, going up and down here and there. No. All the good things that you built from your 20s to your 60s, that should be the time that your money should be working for you. So it gives you enough time to be able to dedicate yourself onto your family, to be able to dedicate yourself onto your grandchildren. You become their best friend. Because now every work can be done online. Once you check your works, whatever is happening from your meals, everything just at the comfort of your home. You can have your small office in your house. So we all have some greatness. That these simple steps in life, we can follow it and we become successful out of it. You can handle it. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. You must begin to fortify yourself by monitoring your inner conversation. What's your inner conversation? What do you tell yourself? Stop talking to yourself. You can handle this. Let's all say we can handle this. We can handle this. Yes. Other people have done it, and you can also do it. Whatever we see around, it was initiated by other people. They've done it, and we can also what? We can also do it. We must just keep learning from experts and go to seminars. No one is learned. I always say, we must keep on learning from experts. Everything that we want to do, there are experts. Master, we are not just settling here. Complacency I always pray to God that complacency should never set on my part. That I think that, I'm a ATUAHENE, I've learned everything, so I should stop. No! Every day we must keep on learning. Sometimes because of the nature of our works, we may not even get a chance to read a hard copy book. But after all, if you don't have the chance to read a hard copy book, there are so many audio books online, YouTube. It doesn't consume that much. If you have to have 1 gigabyte of data, you can listen to about 4 books. Every week, every day, when you wake up in the morning, you get some books, you get some inspiration, some things that you can learn. Whatever field that you can learn from online. Being in seminars, most of us do not like attending seminars. We think that, this thing. But I tell you can attend one particular seminar, and only one message that you hear can transform your life. Only one message. I always tell you about how we were able to initiate Scanish Construction and Blocks Factory. Scanish Construction and Blocks Factory. One day within the lockdown period, I was just home. I think I gave you some 1 week off. 1 week off during the lockdown. So I was home. That time I was just reading. One professor there, he has his book big. So I was just reading that. And one funny thing is that book was bought by Francis. There was one guy who had bought it. He went to Prophet Adair's seminar at Assemblies of God Energy. He came with 2 books. And he was like, hey, bro, you didn't come for this program. It was good, though. I was like, oh, okay. He said, oh, I brought some books, too. I was like, hey, wow, let me buy them. He was like, oh, really? I said, yes. So I bought the books from him. And I took the books. When I took the books home, I decided to start reading them. So I was reading, it took me to other diversity in business, real estate, how encouraging real estate is. So I just bumped into the idea, boom. Real estate, part of it is Block Factory. I was like, come on, Block Factory. As I saw that thing, I just touched my heart. So I started making research about Block Factory. That was what gave birth to Scanish Construction and Block Factory. Just by reading a book. Imagine if I had not read that book. That idea would never have showed up. You get the point? So we must go to seminars. We must read books. We must read books day in, day out. If you can't read a hard copy, get some audio books. Read them every day. It must become part of you. The time that you use to just watch unnecessary stuff on other social medias, we must make it a commitment that even if we have just 10 minutes break time, if we have just 30 minutes, we must listen to something that can transform our lives. We must do it. We must do it. And we can make it up in life. We can achieve it. We need not to waste much of our time. It's already late. We say we leave when the stakes are high. Thank you very much for coming. And I'm glad coming your way.